Okay, so I get this question a lot. If we are able to self-heal, like if we're so all knowing, I always say it, don't I? All knowing, all seeing, self-regulating, self-healing. Well, if that's true, why do people die? Why do people die of illness, and why do some people die young? Why are they not able to self-heal themselves? There's lots of factors here. So, one of the factors is, although we're all of the things that I say we are, we don't believe that, right? So we are that when we come in, and then that gets broken down and our belief system is replaced with something that makes us look powerless, which is how society is. Like, it's designed to strip you of all of your strength, all of your spiritual strength, to dumb down all of your capabilities, to keep you in a fearful state and in a state of lack, and basically to control the hell out of all of your thoughts. So, that's the society we live in. And so if someone is 50, well, I'm 59, let's work on me. So if I'm 59, and by the time I was 7 years old, all of that programming that I've just mentioned to you, that makes you renders you totally powerless, hopeless, helpless, fearful. The toughest will survive and the weakest will die. Bullshit. All of that was instilled in me by the time I was 7 years old. So I came in fully aware, fully knowing, all powerful, all knowing, all seeing, self-regulating, self-healing. You come in like that. And then society spends 7 years breaking all of that up. So that by the time you're 7 years old, you think, I have to behave like this so that I fit in here. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got to be really good. I've got to get a good job. If I want to have nice things in life, I've got to do like all the bullshit that your parents believe, you believe. And that's been constantly thrown at you, constantly thrown at you, until that's all you believe. You don't believe that you're capable anymore. You're rendered powerless. And your belief system is critical. Like faith is a knowing. So you come in full of faith, all knowing, and by the time you're 7, you've got a set of beliefs that are nothing to do with faith. They're just a set of beliefs that are designed to control you. That's the reality. And so if I do that from the time I'm 7, I've spent 52 years believing that. Imagine I've spent 52 years believing that. So 52 years of believing those things, living those things. And it doesn't matter if you spend 5 minutes every morning affirming something different. Your belief system plays out all day long. Your belief system is your actions, reactions, thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions are all based on that belief system that you're not even aware of anymore. You don't even truly know what it is. You're just not aware of it. So that's playing out all day long, year after year, all day long, year after year. Let's say I get sick now, and I'm helpless, and I'm not self-healing, I'm not self-regulating, I'm none of that, because I don't believe I am, because the whole of society keeps telling me I'm not. The whole of society keeps telling me I need pharmaceuticals and whatever other nonsense. So let's say I'm 59 and I don't believe that, and now I want to self-heal. Well, to self-heal, I now have to go back and become super self-aware. I have to understand, what are those programs that are playing out? I have to start paying attention to all of my actions and reactions, and what thoughts and feelings are giving rise to those actions and reactions. And then not only do I have to pay attention to them, I have to try and change them. I have to start really seeing myself. That's a process, that's a process. That's not something it's not a light switch, it's a process. It takes energy, time, consistency, practice. It's a process. I mean, you can go through it, because I've been through it. You can go through it. But it is a process. It's not something that you can do in a month. You need time to work through that process and to start changing the way you are. You need to meditate. You need to reconnect to all that you are. You have to reconnect to the all-seeing, all-knowing, self-regulating, self-healing person that you are. And reconnecting involves you breaking down all of those beliefs, completely breaking them down, losing all of your fear, all of your fears, not just, you know, I'm scared of the dark, all of your fears. You've got to stop caring what people think about you, fear of ridicule, fear of everything, fear of loss, fear of anything. You've got to lose every single one of your fears, all of them. How long do you think that's going to take you? 5 minutes? Start now. So you've got a lot to do. You need to lose all of that. You need to reconnect. And not only do you need to reconnect through meditation, you need to completely surrender to the process. So you've got to get out of the way. You can't control it. You can't say, show me but don't scare me, or show me but don't show me that because I don't want to see that. Or, you know, you can't do that. So it's a process that not only breaks down all of your beliefs and you have to sit and look at them and decide how you're going to change those, but it also addresses every single one of your fears and every single trauma that you've held on to. And like, just there's a lot to get through. And I don't want to put you off, because once you've done that work, life is a million times better. If nothing else changes, doing that work changes the way you experience life. It's so worth it. So worth it. So worth it. So I don't want to put you off, but I want you to understand that that work can't be done in 5 minutes. And it's not as simple as reading a book and then being able to do it. Like, you really do need to go through a methodology, and that's why I keep talking about method and practice. People don't build courses because they just want to throw a course at you and get you to buy a course. People like me put together courses, well thought out courses, because we know that the process isn't simple. And we know that even if you have information, you have to understand what methodology you're going to use, how to implement that information. Like, we know that. That's why we put together courses. So you've got all of that process to go through. Now imagine I'm 59, I'm not well, and I got all of that 52 years of nonsense to break down, understand, become aware of, become accountable for, start changing my thought process, catch my reactions, work on my judgments. Why the hell am I judging everyone, including myself? All of that has to go. So all of that has to be addressed. Each area, one by one, all day, every day. You have to become super self-aware. At the same time, you need to be flexing your meditation muscle. You need to be working on your meditation, working on your connection. So it starts with breath awareness. Just reconnect yourself through your heart center. Listen to your breath. Listen to your breathing. That's all you need to do. Once you can do that for 20 minutes, then you move on to the next bit. And then you move on to the next bit. So, and there are lots of different types of meditations. There's self-healing, self-regulating, self-balancing, where you balance all your energy systems. There's also visualizations, the wide awake meditations, to help you create a healthy body. That's where you transmute energy. You have to do that wide awake. You have to do those types of meditations wide awake. You have to do them as a visualization, both the observer and the experiencer type visualizations. A lot goes into it. And then after that, you've got the releasing trauma. You've got the hypnosis type to release trauma, to rewire your brain. You've got the hypnosis type meditation, which you have to do just before you're falling asleep, when your brain is in its most receptive state. So how long do you think it's going to take you to master all of that? You're not going to do it in a day or 2 days or a week. That takes time. You have to practice that every day for 30 days before that even becomes your normal practice. So people don't heal because by the time they start looking at this work, they're too ill to do it. So all I would say to you is, like, why would you wait? Like, why wait until you're sick? Or just why wait anyway? Like, you're so powerful and so wonderful, and I just wish you knew it. And everything you could have, you want, can be yours. So what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting to start? Just start the work, and don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in information land. I've got another video about that that's about to go out, so keep an eye out for that. But don't get stuck on I need to know more. I don't know enough. I have loads of people say that. Oh, I don't know enough yet. Like, have you started that course? No, because I feel like I don't know enough yet. I just want to read another book, or I just want to do that other course you've got because I feel like I don't know enough yet. The only way you're going to know is when you're doing the work, because then you're connecting to the universe. All that is, all of the wisdom is there. So reconnect to that. And then you'll know everything like that. You can recall anything. You can ask, connect, ask, and that information is given to you. As long as you're living in a connected state, a high frequency connected state. So some people get ill and they don't heal because they leave it too late to start doing the work. Other people do the work and still don't heal because your sacred contract is also a factor in whether or not you're going to heal. Your sacred contract this is your life movie. Like, this is your simulation. This is your life movie. You have scripted it. You've said all what you want to learn, what you want to see, what you want to do, all of the things that you want to do in order to expand your overall awareness, your overall consciousness, which in turn expands consciousness itself, the universe itself. It's constantly expanding for that reason, because we have experiences that expand it. And so you designed that before you came into this life. You defined what your movie was going to be, who was going to be in it, what they were going to mean to you, whose movies you were going to be in, what you were going to mean to them, what you were going to each bring to each other's party. Basically, you defined that. And sometimes people don't heal because it's the end of their movie, by design, by their design. So the problem is that once you've incarnated, you forget. You forget, and you just don't know when the end of your movie is going to be. You just don't know. So you basically don't heal for that reason, because your time has come by your design. That's what I want you to understand. Like, we spend a lot of time feeling awful for people, don't we? But you know, when people die, the ones that are in the worst state are the people that are left behind. The people that have gone, don't forget, they're returning home. They're not sad. They're absolutely not sad. And I see them all the time, and it's enviable. I always say this whenever I do a healing. I don't do many healings anymore, one-to-one, but whenever I used to do a healing, I used to always see that plane connect to people's past loved ones. And I always used to think, oh my God, I'm so jealous of where they are. I'm just so jealous of where they are. Not that I want to die yet, because I still feel like I've got stuff to do, but I'm just really jealous. Like, it's beautiful. It's so much more vibrant and beautiful and loving, and being in that space is just completely overwhelming and totally different. It's totally different. It's a kind of experience, a kind of love, a kind of feeling that you can't experience here in this density. You just can't experience it. So I don't think we should feel overly sad. I know this is difficult to say, isn't it? Like, please don't misunderstand me, because, you know, I've had lots of family members that have died far too early. So, and I do feel sad. So, you know, but I don't think we should prolong our sadness too long, because actually the only thing that makes them sad is us being sad. They're in a much better place than we are, and they see how difficult it is for us now. And so if we're sad, they get sad for us. But they're not sad that they've gone. So I think it's really important that you understand that as well.